Ladies and gentlemen, the wizard here. The following is a video highlight presentation of a very important march and rally and dinner forum event hosted by the Buffalo Field Campaign in Missoula, Montana, January 30th, 2018. During the course of this important mission during the day, we marched and rallied from the Missoula City Hall to the bridge near Curris Park, and then back. But we also stopped over at the office of the U.S. Forest Service and see if our team members could touch base with an official who's willing to sit down and listen. So we could, as we address the issues and concerns regarding our buffalo and what we need to do to save and protect these mighty wonders from being senselessly brutalized to extinction, as well as respecting the rights of our indigenous nations. Not only have we rallied for the buffalo, but we also stood in solidarity with the wolf and the grizzly bear and the wild horses and all the other sacred wildlife, as well as for our earth and the water and the air, land defenders and water protectors, and the treaty rights for indigenous nations. And you put all these great causes together. Just take heart, folks. All these great causes that we're standing for and fighting a noble fight for, they're interwoven, because they all play a part of these two elements: freedom and democracy. Even our wildlife, such as the wolf, the buffalo, grizzly bear, they are symbols of our freedom. Same thing with the eagle. They're very sacred. And love for our earth as a living, breathing planet. And the basic necessities of life: water and air. We must have these things to survive. Without these basic necessities, no man nor beast could ever survive. And Earth would be a dead planet. And so all these great causes are interwoven together. The causes for our wildlife, and the earth, and the water, and our indigenous people, human rights, as well as for freedom and democracy. All these things are interwoven together. It's a binding tie. Later in the evening, we held a nice little dinner at a local bike shop, followed by a forum, type of a forum or a lecture, just about. But there's also even some indigenous songs, ceremonial songs, was added into the highlights as well. That's part of the highlight. We had some wonderful keynote speakers there, including our beloved spiritual medicine leader of the Blackfeet Nation, Eesukya, St.Goddard. His real name is Eesukya, that's his native name. And he's an avid warrior and a very wise soul, and he works hard. He's just busy, constantly busy with the important causes. And yes, even for the causes for our native nations and the ancient traditions that should not be compromised or undermined. It's very important that our native people preserve the ancient customs that's been passed down from generation to generation. They're sacred, very sacred. And this is a very important video. Share this near Barton Wine. Enjoy this video. This is great. Peace.
Hitler shot himself in the head. Am I going to shoot myself in the head? Mussolini hung himself. Then the Pope, he resigned after that. They picked another Pope. But I get kind of passionate for what I'm about.
I think most of my thing is...
Because what you guys are doing my job. You guys are doing my job, BFC. And the people that love the wilderness, love the animals. There's so much to be said. But what we want is the government to understand it would be wise to put these animals back in their habitat, the so-called public lands like the national forest. It's automatic. But Ted Turner says, oh, wait now. Oh, good.
Feel that.
Thank you.
That I know about.
Nobody coming, huh? Hey, Billy.
Jimmy!
Thank you. There we go. They're arriving now. But I just want to share something. We have a medicine person. He's the culture guy for the Missoula Indian Center. And yesterday he gifted me with this to help me. Creator gave me a big mouth to talk for him, so I think that's my gift. He said, don't be ashamed of anything. Don't worry anymore, Jimmy. He said, it's our time. This is the time. This is the time. And I want to make sure everybody's included. You know, we all grew up in a different way. Your guys' public education showed you guys how to fear, be afraid of everything. Don't be afraid of anything anymore. Public education is, we're going to change it. We're going to change that for our kids. We don't want them to be poisoned. Their minds poisoned anymore. I feel for the military because their minds are automatically poisoned right from the get-go. But that's my opinion. I want everybody to loosen up. This is something good. This is for what we know Creator is telling us is better for society. Not for... I want to share something. I get silly when I think of that guy in that White House. I get silly. That's what this country has become. It's a living example of... They said it was going to be a great country. No, it has fell apart. We're going to put it back together with these brains. All of the brains and the hearts. This man here just opened my mind up again last night. It always opened up because Creator comes to me, but a human did it last night. 8 days ago, another human. 2 months ago, another human. But the objective is as you walk. I don't know how you communicate with Creator, but I talk to Him. None of that cliche praying. Oh, do you pray? Oh, I'll pray for you. Okay, I'll pray for you. But let's talk to that guy. Let's make a new beginning for the people, the true people, that baby there. Look at him. We don't want him to grow up in Trump's world. That would be an insult to him. He was given to her, he was given to that woman by God, Apostolki, Creator. Now are we going to insult that baby by allowing him to be in this world that just kills and kills for money? We know it. I'm talking to the choir. I'm talking to the Buffalo choir, Eniwa choir. But I get to drum with my new staff, my new medicine staff. This is the medicine staff here, the true medicine staff. This is the Eloise Cobell, Blackfeet, Daniel Inouye staff. my blowhorn. What do you call it? Oh, it's really a powerful one.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Yeah,
Let
it's
the buffalo roar.
Yep.
Let the buffalo
Roam. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Let the buffalo roam. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Let the buffalo roam. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Let the buffalo roam. Ho, ho. Let the buffalo roam. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Let the buffalo roam. Hey.
Thank everybody. We may be individuals, but we're together for Iniwa. We're just going to sing a quick, this song is a holy song that we sing in our most holiest ceremony. It's called the beaver song. You know, I'm going to put the beaver medicine right here. The medicine's going to stay here. And everybody who walks through here will feel the love of one of the most powerful beings on earth, the beaver. Hello, sir.
Let the buffalo roam. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Let the buffalo roam. The wizard here in Missoula, rallying with some of our warriors. Our mission to save our mighty buffalo, the national mammal. It's an important duty to become the voice for the voiceless. Aho.
Yeah, we could do another one on the bridge.
Very, very nice.
My drum's coming apart. It's all right.
Basic fans and followers, the wizard here at Cycles Missoula, and we're getting ready to have a dinner, followed by a important presentation of some keynote speakers, including our mentor Jimmy St.Goddard, Eesukya, medicine spiritual leader of the Blackfeet Nation. He'll deliver an important address when it comes to our buffalo and wildlife. It is very important that we save these majestic wonders from extinction. They've been on this earth for at least 2 million years or more. Be the voice for the voiceless.
It's just great to see. This is unity. All nationalities. We're all together again at one time. And this is the way it should stay. A lot of fighting going on in this world. That's no good. Now, we're fighting the animals. They want to destroy it. They don't want to bring it back. They want to limit so much here, so much there. They don't want to see it free no more. We got to bring it back from extinction. This is why we're here today. Because of your guys' heart, your mind, your kindness, your love for animals, love for one another. Even this dog has a spirit when he goes. And the great spirits talk to us. The wind, trees, water, They come to us in a conscious way. And we have to listen to that. I don't know how you put it in another language, but if you feel you have to say something or do something for somebody, do it. Don't question yourself. Just do it for the people, for the animals, and for the love of our children, our elderly. We need them. Our ancestors looking down upon us right now. And they, in their hearts, they're saying, we've done well. Look at them. Look at them. Excuse me. But it's a good thing. And I just want to thank our Father for our Canadian brothers and sisters that are going through the same pain as we are by seeing us destroying, slaughtering. And for our veterans, that is why we're all still here too, is our veterans and the people that are still over there fighting for this country. And I'm just glad to bring that into this, what I'm saying now. Wasn't for them, we don't know where it would be. And it's still, they're still trying to, I don't know what they mean by more power. What country's got the most power? It's just nothing but greed. Greed. Forget about the other thing. We just want the money. That is no good. We people here, we share. We share what we have. You notice at the food table, that's just sharing. That's a love for all of us. But I'm just glad to be here and see all of you here in unity and happiness for what we're fighting for now. And I thank you guys very much for allowing me to be here. My brother, thank you. All you guys, brothers and sisters. Oh, you make the heart beat good. It's just wonderful to see you guys here. Thank you. Thank you much. Hey.
Thank you for being here. April will be 3 years for me. In that time, seeing a number of changes, the issues changed, campaigns changed, the fight goes on. And we have, fortunately, a lot of committed folks now who are stepping up and taking initiative. Really helps out a lot. Anyway, here we go. Dear Leanne Martin and Mary Erickson, Kaniwa, buffalo, is a species of conservation concern to indigenous peoples. As a Blackfeet traditionalist, I am requesting that the U.S. forests uphold your duty to Kaniwa to roam the national forest in Region 1, including Custer Gallatin, as a species of conservation concern. It is improper for the U.S. Forest Service to delegate your federal authority to the state of Montana to decide where Kaniwa can and cannot roam the national forest. Blackfeet Indian interpretation of the U.S. government's treaty obligation to act as a guardian of Kaniwa. The future well-being and interests of North American Indian nations is tied to our relative, Kaniwa, where he lives and roams upon his ancestral lands, including the national forest. When the U.S. government forcibly removed the indigenous peoples from our ancestral territories in Yellowstone and created the national parks and forests, the U.S. government assumed our obligation and trust to properly caretake Kaniwa so we may live and roam for future generations. Blackfeet interpretation of the 1855 treaty with the Blackfeet. The U.S. government must defer to the original interpretation of treaties as the Indians understood them. Paraphrase. In this case, an examination of the historical record provides insight into how the parties to the treaty understood the terms of the agreement. This insight is especially helpful to the Blackfeet interpretation of the 1855 treaty with the Blackfeet. The U.S. government must defer to the original interpretation of treaties as the Indians understood them. Paraphrase. In this case, an examination of the historical record provides insight into how the parties to the treaty understood the terms of the agreement. This insight is especially helpful to the extent that it sheds light on how the Chippewa signatories to the treaty understood the agreement, because we interpret Indian treaties to give effect to the terms as Indians themselves would have understood them. The Eloise-Cobell settlement affirmed and upheld the U.S. government's trust responsibilities to the American Indian nations. Iniwa is a trust responsibility of the U.S. government. The sacred trust and responsibility must be affirmed and upheld in U.S. Forest Service decisions. Iniwa is a sacred species. Without the national forest to live and roam upon, indigenous peoples cannot maintain our ancestral relationship with the sacred species, Iniwa. U.S. government's trust responsibility extends to the American Indian Religious Freedom Act. The sacred law must be affirmed and upheld in U.S. Forest Service decisions for Iniwa. Recognition of the ancient and traditional laws of indigenous peoples and American Indian nations must guide national forest decisions for Iniwa. Presidential executive orders mandate consultation with affected American Indian nations pertaining to national forests and native wildlife species who depend upon these lands for survival. Consultation and decision-making must be meaningful and substantive. Consultation and decision-making must take into account your duty as trustee and your obligation as guardian for Iniwa. All native wildlife species are blessed by Creator to roam free upon their ancestral lands, including the national forests. Iniwa must be designated to freely roam the ancestral land so viable populations remain for future generations on the national forest. The grizzly bear, the wolf, and many native species depend on Iniwa to live. 78% of the people in Montana, 70% in Wyoming, 60% Idaho desire to see Iniwa protected on the national forest. The U.S. Forest Service has recognized Iniwa species of conservation reserves to indigenous peoples. Respectfully submitted, St.Goddard.
You don't have to read mine. Thank you, Crow. It's for all of us here. But there's so much inspiration in this room. All these 34 years of working for the people, it gets better and better. And it's in this room. I wish more of my elders were here. But this is that song. It's Beaver song. Beaver song. Beaver gave that song to him when he was 16 years old, and he went to Army. And the Army taught him how to be a good crook. That's what he told me. But he only sang that song to me twice. In Spokane 4 years ago. And he said, I want you to have it because I don't know how long we'll be here. And the reason he said a crook, because he said It was so powerful what the old people taught me. I didn't know how to handle it. I just cooked whatever I wanted to, and it grew into just taking until the officials caught me. So I went to prison. But he came back when he came up, and he gave me the song. So Beaver is with us, and he would always cry when they sang this song. Because so many ancestors were back there, sitting in a circle like us, teaching. We never are able to let this go. So I'll sing another song after John, Crawford, Blackfoot. Is it Groban or Dakota? Come here, John. Book some book.
So some of the people who were there, not everybody was there last time, we talked to Moose people and police, and I was talking how we gotta take the power that's within ourselves to help recraft and help solve the things through the sense of community. And today, when I was down at the city, down at City Hall, I was talking about the power that's within ourselves. But what I want to speak to tonight is something that's inherent to all of us, no matter what background we come from. We have the power to listen. And what I'm saying is not just listen to the words. What I'm saying is when you go about your daily business, there's that wisdom that speaks to you. It will speak to you in whispers. You'll gain something from the walk, from being in this world. And by doing so, you're going to gain something. You're going to help gain that kinship back with our relatives. Not only the relatives that are with you in this room, and we are all related, but the relatives that help exist in this world with us. From the smallest creature, the no-feets, who crawl around on the ground, the 2-foots, the 4-foots, the deer, antelope, elk, buffalo. Those are relatives. We have to look to bring apart that wisdom that they're trying to teach us. And if you do, it doesn't take much. You don't have to go sit in a tree for 40 years to help gain it. You can gain it on a daily basis. But it's going to take part of yourself to help learn that wisdom that is provided to you. And it's on a daily basis. So what I'm saying is when you take that wisdom, I also mentioned last night at that thing that we need to also learn about the history. It came up before. He mentioned some laws, the Indian Freedom of Religion Act, 1978, the Fort Laramie Treaties of 1855. For us tribal folks, we know those very well. But also, if you are anywhere interested, that is some of the basic knowledge that will help give the power to help affect some change and help us use the power of the people to help these government agencies, I would say, a little bit misguided. They received a misinterpretation of what they need to do. They are here to be the protectors of the land, and they are here to help us. We are not here to help them to do whatever they want to do. It's our job, and we have the power within each one of us through this wisdom. And I will say it will take a little bit of reading, somewhat learning a little bit of history. And I only say that for the history in this particular campaign, but also I also challenge the people out of us saying, learn about a little history from yourself, because that will help you gain some of the tools that were brought down from your ancestors to help you gain some of that power that you can use to help affect your today's present and help affect change in the future. Now, I do have to say, it also comes with some dark spots. Learning about your history and becoming one with what was handed to you before sometimes it's got some bright spots and it's got some dark spots. Okay. We all have some things in our family history. But in doing so, you help gain some of the power that your ancestors provided to you, good and bad, to help you become the person you are today. Okay. You know, I always say this. Say the story is that I was always wondering why. In my thing, I always had a tendency to want to flee if there's kind of a fight or something, or something that we was threatened. And I thought, God, that's really not great. Then in learning in my history, I noticed that on my father's side, the great grandmother was one of the kids that survived Baker's Bear Creek Massacre. So for them at the time, that was to survive. That's what they need to survive. There's power in that we could use. I misunderstood it, the power when I was growing up. But there's power that was given to me from that relative that helped her survive, helped me become the person that I am. Now, in that, I also say from my mother's, her father's side, grandfather's side, his family is from Sitting Bull's family that fled into Canada. So both of them had to deal with being hunted by the U.S. government, which I think is very ironic because I ended up in the Army, but that's another story. But you see, there's the good and the bad, there's power there. There's power from your ancestors that you can use. So that's why I almost challenge you to go through and take a look at some of those things, because there's power there. And coupled with the wisdom that you can do just walking through this world, you can gain the wisdom on a daily basis, and it's going to come to you in small things. It'll come to you in small realizations. It may come to you in a big, bold sign, but it will come. Now, what I ask of you guys here is that knowing that you can gain the wisdom and you can gain that power that you got from your ancestors, we can become a community. And then no matter where we're at, as long as we're on a community to help our relatives survive, help them to live, help them to prosper, then not only do they succeed, but we succeed also. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it kind of on selfishness, because if you give of yourself, you'll get back a lot. And it will come to you in a way that you really need it. And that's something in the cycle that's been forgotten. We help our relatives, the 2 foots, the 4 foots, our fellow human beings here on this earth. And what we forget is when we go and we help people with whatever we can, whenever we can, there will be times when we are really needing that assistance, come from the oddest places. I received a lot of help from Ernie, because many years ago we were firefighting. We were one of the few folks who came from what was then the Missoula Union Center. We survived many years within that crew. So it's the power of helping him and his wisdom that helped me there, that helped me be what's successful in that program as I could. And safe. I'm still alive. Still got all my fingers. No chainsaws. So what I'm asking you is, here physically we're a community, but once we go out and we do other things, we can have people here, we can have people out there at Yellowstone, we can have people sitting out in front of the Forest Service, we can have people in the halls of the U.S. Federal Courthouse, and we will still be a community, because we are there to use what wisdom we gain, what we power to help gain, and help our relatives, to help them survive, to help them flourish, to help them grow. Because when they grow, well, behold, we get something in return. And it'll come to you at the oddest times. And you'll see it'll just be something, maybe walking down the street. What I'm saying is, when you do this, and you look at it from this perspective, you've got a community here. You've got that power. And when I say power, I'm not saying it in oppressive terms. I'm saying using that power of self and what you've got in your resources to help others. In this case, we're going to help our relatives. Okay. We will all benefit. And hopefully, in doing so, we help educate some of our other relatives and how they misinterpreted some of the things that they're supposed to be doing. They're there to protect. They're not there to be looking at some other type of, we'll just say other type of priority. You know, I won't get into what those other type of priorities could be. There's so many of them. Our job is there is use the energy, use the power of community to help re-educate these people, and in doing so, we will help educate them. In doing so, things will help change. That's what I ask of you. Help use those things together, and therefore, the community survives, no matter where we're at, our relatives survive, they help flourish, not only those, but all of our relatives. Everybody benefits. And it will not take, let's see, well, what I was trying to say, it will not take as much energy as you would think. You find through that wisdom and the connection to your ancestors and gaining something from that, that you'll probably have more energy to give. And then once you get back, probably a little bit. So that's what I ask for you. We're a community here. We can do this. We have the power to do things. Whatever gifts and talents we have, we can do this. So that's why I ask of you. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to each and everyone for showing up for this incredible event. And we have a duty to become the voice for the voiceless. The buffalo, the wolf, the grizzly bear, all of nature's sacred wonders. And this is what Creator requires us to do. Not only the nature's majestic wonders, but also in solidarity for our water protectors. We're fighting the noble fight to protect and defend the basic necessity of life, and water. Water is life, and he was showing it. If you keep it all in perspective, all of the great and noble causes that we're involved in, it is a binding tie. It's all interwoven together. And it's absolutely amazing. There was one video, I'm not sure if any of you have seen it, but this one video that came across during the period over Standing Rock, a water protector, of course, is surrounded by these goon squads, from out of the middle of nowhere, a large herd of buffalo, at least about 10,000, 20,000 strong. And yes, one baby just keeping up with the pace, keep pace with the rest of the herd. Out of nowhere, I believe that the buffalo are the spirits who are awakened from their slumbers. The moment that those evil bulldozers have laid their blades upon the sacred area of ground. The buffalo, they know, they understand. They're wise. And so we have a duty to protect and save these majestic wonders from extinction. The buffalo, the wolf, the grizzly bear. But they've been on this earth long before man even existed, at least for about 1 million years or so, give or take it beyond. I'd like to say each and every one of you be absolutely amazing for showing up and taking part in the rallies. And yes, whenever I'm unable to make it to some of the rally events, such as the Week of Action, what I do in my home studio and some other places, I work on a little solo solidarity project, and I just try to get as much material as I can and put it all together, and voila, presto. It takes a while to get the work put together. But it's amazing. But thank you, each and every one of you, for showing up. And we still have a great deal of work to do. There's no question about it. The buffalo and the wolf and grizzly bear, they also represent our freedom. And they are symbols of our freedom. So that's another important duty that we need to fulfill in defending our freedoms and our rights and the freedoms. But thank each of you for showing up and being here today, and for those who are able to attend the rally this afternoon. Thank you so much for showing up. This is fantastic. Oh,
Person band. And he sounds better than John Lennon. He does. Billy does. And, you know, he's gifted in a lot of ways. He's eccentric to me. And that means he's so expanded in his way, his mind, his spirit. He almost looks different to us, but Billy is a gift to this movement. And we have thousands of people like Billy. And but I want to gift this real quick. Come on, cousin. Madly, I want to give you some medicine. I almost forgot. We put these together when we stopped Blackfeet water settlement in court. So we put these ties together, and I had a couple left. So I want to bless. Let's put your head down. I want to bless Natalie with this. In the red, in the sweat lodge, the white buffalo and the brown buffalo. Iniwa, six Iniwa. I always have a hard time saying black buffalo. Six Sinum Ini. They told us that this year is the year of red. So when you see red, and it's just going to overrun us. But you know, I can't wait when it really starts happening, because it's already happening. And these people, these innocent people in Blackfeet country, Montana, they're going to feel that. And they're going to see it. It's actually going to start, they're actually going to start seeing it. I'm really fortunate to be in a sweat lodge, because now the grandfathers are moving people around. Instead of the pizza coming to us in the buffalo, the people are actually being moved around. Never. In the last sweat, Ernie, Creator told us to turn that door to the south. After 40,000 years, huh? It's for us, all of us. You know, I don't wish really, I think, well, we have this man here that wants to say something. And this lady is going to go and have good dreams. And I just thank her. We'll talk over the phone on the name we're going to give you, but it's got to be important. We're going to give her a Blackfeet name, me and Ernie. We'll give you a Blackfeet name. Anya. Just a gentleman will introduce him, and I really insulted him. But maybe I never get old, but you know. Go ahead, my brother.
My name is Matt Bell. I'm Dakota Naani from Fort Belknap. Just wanted to introduce myself. First of all, say thank you. Very glad to see efforts like this on this side of the state. But I just want to introduce myself, say that I'm running for Montana House of Representatives. I really like I love the tenacity with what you all do, and I'd certainly, if I make it that far, I would love to bring these ideas as something that's actionable. To try to do what I can to move that forward. I'm a teacher by trade. I teach at Big Sky in Willard. Teach Native American Studies and English and culinary. Just out here trying to do what I can do. About a fourth-year teacher, and over these last 4 years, I've kind of gotten put into the mix with a lot of first kind of union people, and then from there people in Helena and other types. And so I think a lot about what I can do in the conversations that I have with those people, and how I can make that go further, trying to bring some representation for these ideas and people to Helena. So I don't want to take too much time, but just thank you all for being here and sharing everything.
Let's take it. You're really bossy.
Yeah.
Ernie, come on. Where's the book? Grandfather? We're going to push this guy forward really quick. Hey, what district are you running from?
91.
Anyone?
91.
91, is that? Where's that located?
Rattlesnake. The Rattlesnake area?
Okay. Oh, up north.
Here in Missoula.
Yeah, just here in Missoula.
Oh, okay. So Ernie has a responsibility, so do I, to push this. We're going to push this guy forward really quick. Hey, what district are you running from?
91.
Anyone?
91.
91, is that? Where's that located?
Rattlesnake. The Rattlesnake area?
Okay. Oh, up north.
Here in Missoula.
Yeah, just here in Missoula.
Oh, okay. So Ernie has a responsibility, so do I, to push this. He's going to speak for us. And to call him a politician, I'm going to insult him. So I'm not going to. He wants to do right for our people and the people in his area. So I'm going to ask Ernie to send him good direction. People see him, be no problem after Ernie gets done with his prayer, or whatever our elder wants to do. This is honorable, to step out in that leadership. We appreciate you coming. What, your last name's Bell?
Yep.
Okay, Bell. We got to think of that name, Bell. Bell. So, whatever my elder wants.
Okay, this is what we need. And he's here for a reason. He's here to do a wondrous thing for what we're going through. And we need a representative with a good voice, good education. That's where it's at today, education. And we need him. So your vote is going to be very honored. My name will be on a yes vote.
All right.
All right, and many more.
Thank you very
I
much.
will spread the word.
Thank you.
You are great.
Got to go. Really powerful. Beautiful man. And it reminds me when they were building that railroad from Minnesota over to Seattle, and Theodore Roosevelt was standing on that train platform in Minnesota and said, the only way we can get that railroad through, this isn't history, I know a lot about the president. He said, the only way we can get this through is to get rid of the waste. The waste. Who was he talking about? This handsome man. But he has some of the most beautiful children on earth. The waste, that's what Theodore called us. So we know that was wrong. But we've got to remember, knowledge is power. And he's getting a lot of knowledge. He's been here, I don't know how many years going to school. He's going to be one of our main warriors. He's already a warrior. I have a right. I have a lot of right in my tribe. But I'm going to tell you, he's go back home. His grandma's in a nursing home now. But she's going to get out because her house is being fixed in East Glacier. I'm going to go back and I'm going to proudly say, who do you think ended that spiritual meeting for the Iniwa? Political meeting. Move it forward. Your grandson. So I'm going to, nobody has any burning desire. I hate to end it because, geez, I have to go home and watch TV. But anyway.
I just want to say,
Oh, Ernie, come on.
I just want to say one thing.
Right here.
Thank Eric, wherever you're at.
Yes.
Thank him. I want to thank him for letting us gathering be here and for what he's doing for the community. This is a blessing, and I thank him very much for this place. It's a blessing.
Humble. Humble, Eric. You know, the presence of God we should be in a palace. But it's humble here. It's just humble. But my nephew's gonna go ahead and end it, but hold on just 1 second. It's like, how do I explain what's going on right now? Creator's love has connected us. And it isn't easy walking away. Somebody's gonna get on a train and go. We're gonna somebody's gonna get on a plane. Somebody's gonna get in the car and drive away. It's very powerful what we've connected here, and I want you guys to realize just how that is the most important thing on Earth, on Mother Earth, in the universe. The Blackfeet come from the stars. That's why we used to bury our people up in those trees, because they were going to go back. And they stopped us doing that. We're star people. And we understand the stars. And I could talk about the stars all night, but I'm going to go ahead and let my nephew pray.
Just want to ask the Creator to bless everyone here, bless them all in a good way. And when they leave here, they have a good life and they take this momentum and do good things out there in the world. And just like Jimmy and everyone was saying, it's so great to see the support here. It does really motivate you. Got me motivated to want to go out and do something. And thank you.
Thank you.